Ba-da-dum. Okay, the test hello worked. Welcome everyone to another episode of Friday Night BS Show. Tonight's show, we are going to dig deep into TV land from the 70s through the 2000s. TV shows we spent many hours watching growing up, from Saturday morning cartoons to late night TV shows, which brought us together as a family in front of the TV set. So tonight we will be breaking down the top 10 shows from each decade. Before we do that, let me say hello to my partners in crime, Bob and Bruce. Bob, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Good. How's your work week, man?
Hopefully productive. We'll find out Monday if it was productive.
Oh, nice. Extra cash flowing in, Bob? Extra cash?
Well, I went and did my first proposal on a home security unit, and they wanted all the bells and whistles. So we'll see if he's happy with the price.
Yeah, Bob went in. You went out and sold today, then, huh?
That's what I do best.
That's what he does best. And Bruce, I'd ask you how your golf week has been, but I'm sure did you shoot under the 80s this week?
No.
Have you ever shot under 80, Bruce?
82 is as low as I've gotten.
As low as you
that's
got.
not bad.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I've hit 82 several times, but I just can't seem to break the 70s.
You can't break.
You get one bad hole, you're not going to hit the 70s.
You need 79. You hit that 79, and you'll be set, Bruce. You'll be set, right?
Yeah, I can't shoot my age, because then if I did that, I'd be playing professional golf. So
yes, right.
Before we start out with our list, I got a few questions for the boys, and I thought this would be kind of cool for you guys. I'll start with Bob there. Can you share one of those moments in the Sharp household where you all sat down together to watch a show?
Absolutely. Yeah. When I was in grade school, like 4th and 5th grade, every Saturday, if we were all home, we all watched Hee Haw together.
Hee Haw. Is that the last time you could? Is that as far back as you can go? I mean, do you remember?
Yeah, because once we all got into junior high and high school, it was we all started working and things like that. My dad was gone a year when I was in junior high school, and he was over in Germany, and my mom was working. So, but when I was in elementary school up until about 6th grade, 7th grade, Saturday afternoon, man, Hee Haw.
Just sitting there, the whole family, everybody just sitting there watching one show together. It doesn't happen anymore, man. It doesn't happen anymore. I guess now they're sitting in front of the computer watching Netflix together. Maybe. Possibility? No, I doubt it.
Yeah, hey, Deb, we used to watch The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights, too, right after Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Yeah, that was my show. That was the one show that my dad had a lot of shows that he liked, but it was the only one that us boys, we all kind of sat down and we watched that whole thing through, other than that, I think, I remember, as soon as that show was done, it was bedtime. So I have no idea what they watched after that, but when that was on, everybody.
The news came on after that.
The news came on after that, and we all went straight to bed. How about you, Bruce?
Man, I'll tell you, as a kid, I don't remember too many family shows that we all were together watching that. I mean, I remember watching the football games with my dad, but. With my grandmother and my sister, I remember watching what Bob did, Disney, and then, Wild Kingdom. And then, of course, before that came on Lawrence Welk.
Yeah.
Tiny Bubbles.
So we had to watch Lawrence Welk with Grandma before we got to the Disney and the Wild Kingdom. But, so those were the 3 Sunday evening shows we watched with Grandma. So
now, I don't know if you're too old, but did you have Saturday morning cartoons, Bruce?
Oh, did I have cartoons in the morning?
Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, I think, let's see, what it was, the Roadrunner Hour, Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Man, I'm trying to think of what some of the earlier cartoons, and it's pretty much, those were it. I mean, you had the Roadrunner Hour, which was on for an hour, and the cartoons only went to I'm thinking like 9 o'clock, and then they pretty much cut the kids off, because then you better get out and get your chores done for the weekend at that point. So
yeah.
So
how about
they
you?
didn't have the 24-hour cartoon channel like they have out now.
Oh no. How about you, Bob? Saturday morning cartoons.
We had Looney Tunes. We had Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yep.
And they had on the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, they had like God, what was the Dudley Do-Right, who was a Canadian Mountie?
Yeah, and
then we had like Tom Slick, and then we had Scooby-Doo first started when I was a kid.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
And then we had cool things that we had like HR Puff and stuff.
Yeah.
That looking at it now, whoever made those costumes and stuff dropped a lot of LSD back when they were young. Because you rewatch HR Puff and stuff now, and you're like, man, I didn't know about drugs when I was a kid.
I'm surprised you guys.
Puff and stuff, and then that evolved into Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, Land of the Lost.
Then
Speed
you
Racer.
had a Western Woman and Dinah Girl.
Oh yeah. No, what about Speed Racer?
Speed Racer what Speed Racer was? Speed Racer was on Saturday morning. When I moved to California when I was in elementary school, Speed Racer was in the afternoon along with Captain Mitch.
Right. At 3:30. 3:30.
Captain Mitch.
Well, that's because we had the 4 VHS channels and the 2 UHF, 44 and 36.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's basically, we had 6 channels. That was it,
Yeah.
And the remote control was the person nearest the TV.
I'm surprised you didn't name some of the big shows. Bob, you didn't grow up watching Fat Albert?
Yeah, I did watch Fat Albert. I did watch Fat Albert. I watched Fat Albert. Like I said, the Roadrunner, Bugs Bunny,
the Flintstones,
Sherman and Peabody.
I was really surprised to find out that the Flintstones used to be a regular TV show.
It did. It was at nighttime.
Yeah, it was on nighttime for adults.
Nighttime TV for the Flintstones.
Yeah,
I had no idea
when I didn't watch that because I kind of grew up in that, Bedrock era. So,
you kind of were part of that whole thing.
Part of that. So,
Well, also in the 70s, though, I remember one cartoon. It wasn't a cartoon. It was more like a drama for kids. It was called Isis, and that chick was hot. She was a school teacher by day, but she turned into this this Cleopatra type superhero just by spinning around.
Yeah.
I can't remember that. Vaguely remember that, but
yeah, she was ISIS. But 11 o'clock, about 11 o'clock on Saturday mornings was American Bandstand. So you watched from 7 to 11, and then at 11 o'clock your whole world stopped because you had to watch American Bandstand.
And then Soul Train.
Yeah, Soul Train. Deb, what TV shows did you used to sit down and watch with your family when you were a kid there in Canada? Kind of curious if they had different types of TV there. I'm sure, I don't know how much of the U.S. television got up there back then. I'm not sure how much that worked. And the Juice one too. You too. Was it MASH? Was MASH the show that you remember sitting down as a family watching? We're going to jump right into the 70s. And I'm going to give you the top 10 list here. You guys ready? And then we'll go back over it. Well, actually, we'll go one at a time. We'll start at 10 because 10, I have no clue. I don't remember this show at all. I've never seen a rerun of this show. But number 10 in the 70s was Room 222.
Oh, yeah.
I love Room 222, man.
Yeah.
That was a good show. It was based on a high school.
Yeah.
It was a high school in LA. And Room 222, that's where you saw Karen Valentine first came out, and Lloyd, I forget what Lloyd's last name is, but it was a show about high school. It was awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember that show. Again, it's 69 to 78. I was born in 68, but I'm surprised. Was it a show that just wouldn't be good enough to syndicate over again? Was it just one of those shows?
They probably would do it like at Nick at Night or something like that. Donna Reed show. As far as mainstream, I don't think it would fly right now, but. No, Room 222 was It was a good drama, man. It was about high school. I mean, we all, I loved Room 222, man. It was a good.
It was because it was a drama series, though.
Yeah. Okay. A fictional Walt Whitman High School in Los Angeles.
Walt Whitman. Yeah.
So, but if you had to compare
job of dealing with the problems in the early 70s, like civil rights, Vietnam, things like that.
So, what would you compare it to today's show? Like Saved by the Bell, but a little more.
Saved by the Bell is more comedy.
No, this was a drama. It wasn't comedy at all.
Room 222 is more of a drama.
My Three Sons. Deb watched My Three Sons.
I love My Three Sons.
Donna Reed Show.
Petticoat
Junction. Father knows best.
Petticoat
all right.
Junction.
Number 9, we should all know this one. One of my favorites. 8 is Enough from 77 to 81 was number 9. 8 is Enough. Oh,
yeah, that was about the journalist in Sacramento.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, I think, watched 8 is Enough. I think you guys, did you watch it, Bruce? Because you were much older. You didn't.
It wasn't my type of show.
It wasn't your type of show. Not even for your parents didn't want to sit down and watch 8 is Enough. Now I'll give you guys some credit. I know Bob is going to know it, but do you remember the theme song to 8 is Enough?
Oh.
That's going to be a tough one, man. Petticoat Junction. Yeah, that was a good.
I love Petticoat Junction.
Yeah, that's
Andy
a tough one.
Show.
No, I can't. I do not recall the theme song.
I can't either, so it doesn't matter.
And then,
Flipper, Gentle Ben, but those are more 60s.
Yeah, that was more 60s. Number 8, I think everyone has watched this show, and it was. I still watch the reruns. I'm not sure if they're still rerunning this show anywhere, but One Day at a Time from 1975 to 19.
Had Valerie Bertinelli, Mackenzie Phillips, Bonnie Franklin, Pat Schneider.
Did you watch just for her, Bob, or did you watch because you liked the show? Because that was a time for you to have a crush on her.
Oh, come on, you gotta like the handyman.
The handyman.
Yeah, Pat Harrington. He was Snyder. He was awesome. I probably did watch because of Valerie Bertinelli because she's probably.
I kind of like Blair. Blair was kind of hot.
Yeah.
She had the big hair. Big hair, Blair.
Oh, number 7, classic. Could never be duplicated. Could never be done ever again on national TV. All in the Family, 1970 to 1979.
That and Sanford and Sons.
I thought
my parents loved All in the Family.
All in the Family. My dad did too. He loved that show. He'd crack up, sitting there just cracking up.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Do you remember any scene that you still think is super funny from All in the Family?
Yeah, when Sammy Davis Jr. kissed him.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, a show I do not remember as well. No clue. I have no clue on this show. The White Shadow from 78 to 81.
Dude, White Shadow was more of a continuance of Room 222, except it focused around a basketball coach and the basketball team.
Yeah.
The White Shadow. If you've never watched The White Shadow,
I was 10.
Except he wasn't
10.
Coaching a white basketball team.
Yeah. There was a white guy coaching mostly black kids. Yeah.
Now, is that another show? Because I find some of these shows that are in the top 10, I find them kind of curious that I have not seen these in syndication anywhere. Like
it was another drama show.
It was just a drama show. So
yeah, you would have to go to Nick at Night, but if you could ever watch, episodes of The White Shadow, go ahead and watch it because, it's a white former basketball player turned coach, and he's coaching kids in the inner city, and it's a good show.
Number 5, I know all our parents watch this show. 1978 to 1991, and I wrote parents. Because I did not watch. I don't think I've seen one episode except for the big one, and that is Dallas.
Oh yeah, we watched Dallas.
Dallas and Falcon Crest and.
Dallas. See, Knots Landing was a spinoff from Dallas.
Spinoff of Dallas.
And
yeah.
then you had
Falcon Crest was the Italian version of Dallas.
Right. And then you had Dynasty with John Forsythe and Joan Collins.
Yeah. I was surprised.
See, I went to high school with Mary Frances Crosby. And
you're saying that. Yeah. She's the one who shot JR.
She's the one who shot JR.
Yeah.
Did you get mad at her for shooting JR?
Oh, I hadn't seen her since high school. So. I actually worked at her house when I was an apprentice electrician up in Hillsborough. But I ran into, and then I actually built Crosby Common Mall in Burlingame. That was after Bing had died, because it was kind of a memorial mall. It was the old Levy Brothers furniture store. We converted it to a mini mall. So I dealt with wife a little bit, his widow wife at that point. But yeah, I dealt with her a little bit when I built that one, but never saw the kids again. Yeah. And then Nathaniel, who was a little younger than me, he's the coach for the men's what the hell they call that group? One of the amateur golf teams. And he's always the coach for that, for the U.S.
Now that show, to me, that show dictated my parents' attitude after it, because it seemed like they were either really in a good mood after that show was done, or they were like, "Go to bed now." Oh, that was like the first show that I could kind of see how it affected my parents after it was done, because they were going to
there's some pretty hot women in that. Children, the brother's wife.
Yeah, Victoria Principal. You had Shirley
Principal was there.
You had what was her name? Linda Gray.
Well, I know why my dad was watching. Put it that way. I know why my dad was watching.
Victoria Principal though was my God.
Oh yeah.
Your mother's moving. That's why your mother's not here.
Is she moving? Or
she's moving into a new apartment, a new place. So
she's moving, huh?
Yeah. She might try. Yeah, she. What's that, Bruce?
She moving in with a guy?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What are we up to? We're up to number 4, and I think we all grew up watching this show. And I even as a young kid, I found this show very, very funny. And as the Carol Burnett show from 1967 to 1978.
Yeah, Tim Conway and
Harvey Korman,
Harvey Korman, and
Lyle Wagner.
Yep.
Carol Burnett. I used to love it when she had Bernadette.
Who's the other gal in there that kind of looks like Burnett that's always in that show too?
Yeah, Vicki Lawrence.
Vicki Lawrence, there it is.
Yeah.
You know, she was actually a singer too.
Yeah, she had a hit. The Nights the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
Yeah. Which just shocked me when I heard that.
No, I know she's not moving with a guy. She's moving into a new place. Relax there, girlfriend. Relax. Relax. Yeah, I mean, that show always made my parents very happy. They were always in a good mood when that show was on. I remember my parents just sitting there cracking up. We were kind of.
I saw was Korfman and Tim doing the dentist skit.
Yeah,
that was. I mean, I peed my pants watching that one. And I guess Corman actually did pee his pants when they filmed that one.
Yeah.
You never knew what to expect with Conway on that one.
Tim Conway was a genius.
Yeah. Number 3, the Brady Bunch, 69 to 74.
Marsha. She was a babe.
I was too young, so I watched replays of this show.
Oh, you were too young to Marsha?
Yeah, I was born in 68, so when this show was already off the air in 74.
I think I watched every episode when it came on.
Well, Great Brady was tapping them all down there, man.
Yeah. So was this a show that came on during the evening?
Yes.
Okay.
Brady Bunch?
Yeah, the Brady Bunch. That's
but it was syndicated for the afternoon once they syndicated it.
Right. But when it first came out, I think it came out on Friday nights.
Right.
Yeah, because I was going to check that because I grew up.
You probably saw the syndication shows in the afternoon.
Right. I grew up watching. I started probably watching the Brady Bunch in syndication probably mid 80s, right around
there. They had two Mr. Brady's.
Yeah.
No, so they didn't. They had one Mr. Brady. You're thinking about Bewitched. They had two Darrens.
Yeah, that two Darren. Yeah, Bewitched had the two Darrens.
Robert Reed was the only Mike Brady.
Yeah, I remember when he got the perm. That's when he came out as gay, pretty much. But...
Right.
Yeah. Number 2, I watched in syndication as well, and I thought it was a pretty good show. The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Did you guys watch the Mary Tyler Moore Show?
Yes, I love the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
That show, I cracked up watching that show in syndication. I thought it was really well done. It was really well written. It was funny. Everybody was fun. What's his name? God damn it! The guy that was in charge with the that was bald and had
Ed Asner.
Ed Asner. Yeah.
And then you had Gavin McLeod, who was Captain Stubing on the Love Boat.
Yeah.
And then you had Ted Knight, Ted Knight was he was the judge on Caddyshack.
Yep.
Well, Mary Tyler Moore was she was kind of a hottie though.
She was.
Yeah, 1970, 77.
Hey, John?
Yeah.
Hey, John?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, you should know it, see?
Was on the show. Since you're doing that, you might as well hit the ones that you missed. I know you know the theme song to All in the Family, Bob.
I think that was just music.
No, they sang. Remember?
Oh, you're right.
On the piano.
Glenn Miller played.
Yeah, she sang.
We had it
he just sang so well.
Yeah. I like how everything. That's what I think.
And you knew who you was. Guys was guys and men was men.
Yeah.
Mr. We could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Yeah.
See, Bob got it. Bob knew it. And number 1, I did not watch this show until it was in syndication as well. And great show. And I think everybody should watch this show. Even today, I think they would learn a lesson on how to be a good person. But the Waltons, 1972 to 81. I was
so not into that show.
Good
night, John boy. Good night, John boy. Good night,
my parents were totally into that because my dad grew up during the Great Depression, so he knew what being poor was all about.
Yeah.
My dad loved it.
Yeah, that was a great show. My parents really liked that show, and I liked that show because to me at that time when I watched it, it kind of changed my attitude of how I treated people. Mm-hmm. And how and it changed me a little bit, to not being such an asshole. Mm-hmm. Those are the 70s. Do you like that top 10 list?
Goody two shoes in the 70s, man.
Or do you feel like something's missing? Go ahead.
I have a problem with it.
Go ahead.
Sanford and Son was a great show.
Yeah.
The Jeffersons was a great show. Sanford and Son was awesome because my dad and my uncle loved it. And you're talking about two boys from Oklahoma laughing at a black dude. I mean, Sanford and Son brought everyone together like you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Jeffersons, the Partridge Family, Saturday Night Live started in the 70s.
Yeah. Courtship of Eddie's Father.
Courtship of Eddie's Father, Bill Bixby, yes, sir. And then you had shows like Mannix, Adam 12, Emergency, Green Acres. Emergency, though, was a great show, but Squad 51, man, Engine 51. I mean, those were classic shows. We never missed Emergency at my house.
What was the cop show that we watched?
Adam 12.
Adam 12.
You had Adam 12, and then you had shows like Mannix. You had Columbo. You had Cannon with William Conrad. Yeah, you just had you had a lot of great detective shows.
Perry Mason?
Perry Mason was 60s, but it tuned in the 70s. Marcus Welby, MD, man, with Robert Young. Marcus Welby was good. There's a lot of shows.
I don't know how. I'm kind of, we don't know how or who they asked to get this list or how they put this list together. I mean, I know I'm assuming they didn't have the Nielsen ratings back then. I don't know.
Yeah,
did they? They had them that far back.
Yeah, but we had something that nobody knows about anymore.
The TV box
guide. The TV guide.
Well, the TV guide, yeah. But yeah, I mean, so they were able to track.
You had to wait for it to show up in the mail so you know what the hell you're watching the next week.
Oh no. The Nielsen's, they could, they could tell you what you're watching because
but back then they called you to get the polls.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't monitor what you watched. You actually got a phone call.
Okay.
Like the old days, that thing that's on the wall that you get the little dial thing.
I'm trying to get this organized here. You guys keep talking. I'm doing something here.
All right. So the best thing about the Waltons was those two sisters who made moonshine, and they called it the recipe. Daddy's recipe.
I always hated the end of the show when they were doing all the good nights.
Yeah, the good nights.
Night job, boy.
That would just go on forever and ever and ever.
But
you know what though? I mean,
could the Waltons be redone today?
The only way it could be redone is if you keep it in the same time frame during the Great Depression into World War II.
No, it'd have to have some more. It'd have to be a little more risque for today's thing.
Yeah, so you couldn't make it. And besides that, it crossed over. I mean, it was in West Virginia, predominantly white West Virginia, but they had black people on there too. They had neighbors that were black.
Yeah.
But but the whole thing was it was the struggle of everybody to survive together. You had Ike Godsey at the general store who would give you credit because he knew you were broke, but he also knew you were hungry.
Hey, Elizabeth, you remember what show you sat down with the family all together to watch on TV? Let us know what it was. I'm curious.
Didn't that Country Doctor show spin off the Waltons?
No, but
she spun off of something.
Oh yeah, they tried. Sue Ellen married a doctor, but I thought he got killed when he went over to World War II.
No, this is the female doctor that was back in the country day.
No, that was a different show. That was Jane Seymour. She was No, that was a different show that got spun off that because Jane Seymour was a doctor back in the Western days.
Yeah, but I thought she was a spinoff of some other series.
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't have spun off of the Waltons because Jane's what was her name? Doctor, whatever it was. It was in like the 1880s.
Fucking Bob. Bob is just a walking.
I mean, I didn't really dial into these series, but I remember them and I couldn't remember how they started,
Bob, if they were to take all the knowledge that was in your head, it couldn't fit in any place. He probably
kicks butt in Trivial Pursuit.
I mean, dude, how are you not on fucking one of those TV shows yet?
I used to be pretty good at Trivial Pursuit, but I would call myself an expert at useless knowledge.
Right. That's the whole point, though. Some of those shows, once you get into like college.
Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, that's what it was.
Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. Yeah, that was in the 1880s. Once you get into like college knowledge and stuff, I fade. But if there was a show about just general TV knowledge and music knowledge,
well, there's different categories in Trivial Pursuit.
Well, it would be like that. I don't know if you ever seen that episode of Cheers where Cliff gets on the
Cliff, you got the last answer wrong.
And the whole board is just completely designed for him, dude. Fucking mailman, beer trivia.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great episode. That was a great episode.
All right, so we carried the 70s. Where are we going now? 80s?
We are jumping right into the 1980s, the 1980s TV shows. And I'm going to start at number 10. Number 10. Where is number 10? Which is surprising that it is number 10, but it was up against a lot of great shows in the 80s. But The Cosby Show from 1984 to 1992 at number 10.
Love The Cosby Show.
I liked it, but I was at a point in my life where I didn't like shows that everything just worked out at the end. I couldn't deal with that anymore because that wasn't real life.
That wasn't real life.
Yeah. And they started to later in the seasons, they started to have controversy in the show, and they started getting political and a little bit more controversial, and it made it a little bit better to watch. That's like, for instance, I don't know if you guys have seen the show on Netflix, The Ranch.
Yeah.
No.
I stopped watching it because to me, there was never, it was the opposite. There was never a happy moment on that show.
Oh,
I was depressed.
There's always drama.
Yeah, I was depressed every time I finished watching that show. And I just said to myself, okay, nobody has that type of life where it's just bad luck every single fucking day. And that's what that show came off to me like. It's like they never caught a break. And
then they ran the one kid off the show. So
well, yeah, they had to. They had no choice there on that one. But yeah, The Cosby's was a good show. I can remember my parents watching that show. I was kind of in and out. 84, 92, I was kind of thinking of other things. So, if I was home, I watched it. But if I wasn't, I didn't say to myself, it wasn't one of those shows where I said, I got to be home.
Right.
To watch. And of course, everyone out there, we're going to date ourselves. Me, Bruce, and Bob, we didn't have fucking DVR. So it was either VHS tape, and you had to know how to record it, and you had to pray to God that you had more than one TV in your house.
Get it off that flashing 12? You get it off that flashing 12?
I didn't hear you.
Get it off the flashing 12.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. That was always flashing 12. But the problem is how many people really had more than one TV? We didn't have a TV in our bedroom, like we do.
You had to have the TV on because it wasn't going to turn on.
Yep. That was the other thing.
That channel.
And on that channel. And you had to make sure you fucking I can't tell you how many times I did this. You had to make sure you rewinded the fucking tape.
Yes.
I remember getting like 4 minutes of a show and I was like, because back then I used to do, because I couldn't stay up, but I would record MTV. So I could watch the videos again.
Record over your tape.
Too. Yeah.
And you have to make sure that the tape is labeled, and you got to make sure there's nothing else under.
Because you go right over the top of whatever was on that.
Because I recorded the 88 All-Star game over my sister's wedding.
Oops.
How are you still alive?
Because my parents didn't ever watch it.
Oh,
so I pulled it out one time and go, oh yeah, Reddit's wedding. So I pop it in and go, oh shit, that's the All-Star game. My bad.
Sorry.
My sister had her own copy though, so I didn't.
Yeah. Number 9, one of my favorite shows that made me crack up, and still one of my dad's favorite all-time shows, The Jeffersons from 75 to 85.
Love The Jeffersons.
Yeah. Song, Bob. Go.
Moving on up to the side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky high. Moving on up.
And now, let's see. Now, what other series did they share the apartment with?
Ooh. That same apartment?
Yep, the same apartment building.
Oh, God, I remember this.
Somebody else lived in an apartment building. It was in another show.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I know that Roxy Roker and she married the white dude, Tom. But they didn't have a spinoff, did they?
Yeah, there was another sitcom that would cross across. They would be like guest.
Are you getting All in the Family and the Jeffersons mixed up when they were in the Jeffersons?
No.
Okay.
No. So what show?
I'm trying to think what it was, but there was a little crossover because you would see him in the Jeffersons, but then there was somebody else that lived in the building that would cross over into the show every once in a while. It was in another series or had another series.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can't remember who the other family was.
The Bunkers.
The Bunkers.
No,
that's
because the Jeffersons was a spinoff of All in the Family.
Yeah, of All in the Family.
No, I thought they lived there's somebody else that lived in the same apartment building.
Well, let me use the power of Google here, Bruce, and we'll find out.
Now, I know that the maid
spinoff of the Jeffersons,
Florence, was on another TV show called 227.
No.
Okay.
The Nut House, the Golden Palace, 704. I don't know.
Go lay down.
Open House. These are not spin-offs of the Jeffersons.
Those aren't spin-offs of the Jeffersons.
No. All in the Family. That was a spin-off from All in the Family. All in the Family. It was 7 spin-offs from All in the Family altogether.
Yeah, there was Archie's Place. There was
the Jeffersons. All in the Family. I don't remember those. Maude. How do you say that?
Maude.
Maude
was Edith's sister.
Yeah. Good Times. The Jeffersons. Checking in.
I don't know.
Archie Bunker's Place.
I know Archie Bunker's Place. Yeah.
Gloria.
That could have been it.
704 Hoosier. That's it. That's all of them. I don't know any of the other ones. Number 8, a show I fucking hate it, and I thought it was the stupidest thing ever on TV. Alf, 1986 to 1990. I have no idea how that show even existed. I felt it wasn't funny. It was kind of like maybe I was just too old for it by then. 86.
Well,
I was already 18.
I kind of liked Alf.
Yeah, I was 18 already.
And he was always trying to eat the cat.
Yeah,
from the planet Melmac.
Bruce, did you watch Alf?
Yeah.
He's like, yep.
He loved to eat those cats.
Yeah, he did. Them. Hey, Wally.
Yeah, I just
he never actually ate a cat, but he
no.
Yeah, he always chased the cat.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched Alf. Thought that and Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, Mork and Mindy. Yes,
I never did understand that show. I thought it was kind of a weird show.
Well, he was a space alien.
Number 7, one of my all-time favorites.
Love me some Three's Company.
Three's loves me some Susan. Suzanne Summers, man. 1970.
Well, that's just it. Everyone had the hots for Suzanne Summers. I kind of had a thing for Joyce DeWitt, man.
Joyce DeWitt. Bob.
She was like the girl next door.
Give me that song, Bob.
Like Susan.
Come on, knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. Where the kisses are his and hers and hers. Three Company too.
All right, Bob. Which super did you enjoy better? Mr. Roper?
Or Don?
Mr. Roper. I think I just thought they were pushing it with Mr. Furley.
Mr. Furley was, he was just a little too flamboyant.
Yeah, he was a lot flamboyant. Don Knotts is a great actor. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love Don Knotts. He was great in Andy Griffith, and he was great in The Incredible Mr. Limpet.
Yeah,
but he was way too flamboyant.
Yeah. With him, it was always his facial expressions that used to crack me up, and that's what he was just so good at. He was so good at those facial expressions, and he would crack my dad up every time he would do something silly on that show. One of my favorite shows as well, and one I still watch when I can find it. At number 6, Taxi, 1978 to 83.
Yeah, no, that was a great cast of characters, man. You had Danny DeVito, Judd Hirsch, Tony Danza, Jeff Conaway, Mary Lou Henner, Andy Kaufman. Christopher Lloyd as Jim Ignatowski. God, he was awesome.
Oh, those scenes with him. The one scene, it's still implanted in my memory, and I wish I could remember the words to it right now, but I've lost it. But it's when he's at the DMV and they're helping him cheat. You remember that scene? God, I can't remember. And she's trying to give him the answer, and he's just so off. But that show was it was beyond it. Danny DeVito that made that show funny as well. Were you a Taxi fan, Bruce?
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, you got Laka and what's his name that played behind the counter? Danny DeVito,
Louis De Palma.
Louis De Palma.
Mary Lou Henner was hot. Mary Lou Henner.
Oh, she was cute. Yeah.
Elaine Nardo.
But, I mean, she never dressed hot though.
Well, you got to remember
there was a couple scenes where she wore this low-cut dress
that's unbuttoned a lot. Yeah.
I was a little too. There we go. And number 5, one of my favorites too as well. Night Court. Night Court was hilarious. I love Night Court. I love Bull.
I really didn't get into Night Court that much.
You didn't get into it.
No.
I thought it was a pretty funny show, and I think that something similar to that needs to be redone, a comedy wise, and late night New York court. I think somebody should redo a show like that. Because can you just imagine the type of people that get arrested in the middle of the night in New York City that have to go to court? And I think it would be a great show if they could redo that show. Bruce, did you watch Night Court?
Not much.
You were already what, 84 to 92? You're in your 20s?
Yeah, I was married already.
Yeah, you were married. You weren't allowed to watch TV.
No, I had to work. I was going to school and working the nights I wasn't going to school.
Yeah.
So I was going to school 2 nights a week and bartending 3 nights a week. So I wasn't home much during the week.
And number 4, funny show and still in syndication, Newhart. Newhart was hilarious. Were you guys Newhart fans?
Newhart was hilarious. That guy.
All right, so this is the Newhart, Vermont.
Show,
right?
Yeah.
Because there used to be a Bob Newhart show in the early 70s where he was a psychiatrist in Chicago.
Yeah.
Because the last
one, I think, is the Vermont where they own the inn.
The inn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that blonde hair girl, Stephanie. Oh my God, she made the show.
Yeah, she did make the show. And she was on some other great shows too. She was on Wings. She was funny on Wings. The blonde, right? You talking about the little blonde?
No, Stephanie wasn't on Wings.
Yeah, she was on Wings.
That was Crystal Bernard.
That was the little short blonde?
She wasn't on Wings.
Dude, she was on Wings.
She was not on Wings.
She was on Wings.
Crystal Bernard was on Wings.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I thought that little blonde was on Wings.
Don't think so. I don't remember seeing her on Wings.
The cast of Wings.
Give me the names.
Yeah, you might be right.
Of course I'm right.
Of course I'm right. Dude, I thought she made an appearance on that show.
She might have been like a guest a couple times, maybe.
Maybe that's
she was
why.
not a permanent. She was not a permanent character.
Right. I wasn't she on Cheers too at one time, or maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of another little blonde on Cheers.
No, Diane Long was on Cheers.
I know I know that one.
Yeah.
And speaking of Cheers, the best show ever. At number 3, 1982 to 93. This is a show that I made sure I was home Thursday night.
Cheers was especially after Woody got there.
Yeah.
After Coach died and Woody came.
Yeah, that was a save for that show because Coach was such a big part of that show.
He was, but I think they screwed up when Diane Long left and Kirstie Alley came in.
Yeah, I liked Kirstie Alley. And let's be honest. I mean, it was her choice. She wanted to go and do movies. And what did she do? The Money Pit. I think that's the movie she left for.
The Money Pit. Yeah, she did The Money Pit, and she did. Wasn't she in? God, there was a movie with. God, I want to say Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton, where they were. Where they were. Coroners.
Yes.
But Michael Keaton ran a hooker.
Shelley Long.
Shelley Long, that's right, Shelley Long. She played Diane on the show. Shelley Long.
Yeah.
She did Cheers, of course, then The Money Pit, Troop Beverly Hills.
Troop Beverly Hills.
The Brady Bunch movie.
Brady Bunch movie. She was Carol Brady.
Yeah, she did that. She did Modern Family.
Yeah, she was Jay's ex-wife.
Christmas in the Heartland. Night Shift.
Night Shift, that's the movie.
Yeah,
Night Shift.
Yeah,
Henry Winkler is a coroner, and Michael Keaton is his ambulance driver, and they run a brothel out of the morgue.
Yeah,
and Shelley Long is one of the hookers.
Yeah,
that falls in love with Henry Winkler.
And then she did Hello Again, Caveman, Outrageous Fortune, a very Brady sequel. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of hers on the show, and I
didn't like her. She had an annoying character.
Yeah, I had it's still implanted in my memory is just watching Kirstie Alley open that door for the first time in Cheers and my mouth just dropping. I was just like, wow.
Well, that's before she heffed out, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, I was totally infatuated with her when I first saw her on the show. Number 2. All right, I'm going to admit this. I maybe seen one episode of this show in its entirety, and I don't know, just wasn't my thing. The Golden Girls. Don't hate me.
Golden Girls.
Don't hate me.
I never got into that.
Golden Girls.
I never
loved it.
Yeah. I never liked what's her name?
B. Arthur.
Yeah. I liked Betty White.
Betty White and Rue McClanahan.
Yeah, she played a great Sicilian old lady. That's for sure. She did play a great Sicilian old lady on that show. My parents loved that show. I just, it wasn't my thing. 85, I was 17, so it wasn't something I was like, oh, the Golden Girls are on. I got to watch the Golden Girls, man. No. Oh, and probably my favorite, all-time favorite show of all time. Number 1. Married with Children, 1987.
Al Bundy. Boy, okay. I tell you, what's her name was hot in that show, though.
Christine Applegate or Katie Seagal?
Both of them, damn it.
Well, yeah, Mama was pretty hot too, though. But I like the daughter was cute.
Yeah, so we had the 70s and 80s, right? I got a problem with this list.
All right.
Where's MASH?
MASH did not make this top 10 list.
How in the fuck can MASH not make it?
I have no idea because I'm looking.
Is one of the best shows ever.
Yeah.
If I had to choose between MASH and Married with Children,
getting a little heavy towards the last season, though.
Well, yeah, I think too with MASH. I think if you notice what was popular in the 80s, comedy started taking off, and I think people were just a little bit tired of
But
war.
MASH was a comedy.
In a way, but it's
some episodes were, not all of them.
Right.
Yeah, it still dealt with the war, and I think people were done with that Vietnam thing and that storyline. And I think look at the list. The list is all comedies.
I mean, they had to throw humor into it because it dealt with so much drama, But
all right, so there's 2 shows from the 70s, early 80s that are not on here either. But as a young man, this was always excitement night. Okay.
Yeah.
Love Boat and Fantasy Island.
Right. I will hold on. I will pull up the complete list here for you guys here. Let me see if I can do this here.
And I have another problem with this list.
We could go through this list. This is the 20 best 80 sitcoms ranked according to IMDb.
Oh, so you just put sitcoms?
No, it gave me sitcoms.
Oh, okay, that explains it then. Because I don't see Magnum PI.
Yep.
Magnum PI was a great show.
Yeah. You got 20 is One Day at a Time.
So you're just doing sitcoms. Okay. That makes sense now.
19 was Growing Pains, which was a great show. Great show.
Growing Pains was, but it's a sitcom. Okay.
Yeah.
The world is not all about sitcoms, John.
What's that? Well, I just put, this is where it took me.
Okay, yeah, because my list that I looked up, I put the top 20 shows of the 80s, and it mixed dramas with sitcoms.
Oh, okay. You got Family Matters, Who's the Boss at 17, Full House at 16, Roseanne at 15.
Roseanne was a great show.
Coach was a great show too.
I love Coach.
Yeah, that was a great show. That was a great show. It was funny.
All right, so I have not. Well, whereas I would take WKRP over Perfect Strangers.
Yeah. Number 13, Family Ties at 12.
Family Ties was good.
Mama's Family at 11.
Family was
that was a great show. My mom and dad loved that show.
That was stupid.
The Cosby Show, and we know the rest of the list.
Where is
there's some great shows. Yeah. There's a lot of shows that are missing. You got the A-Team, you got
Dukes of Hazzard.
What else was missing? $6 Million Man, was that 70s, Bob?
70s was $6 Million Man. Yeah, and the Bionic Woman. Yeah, those were great. Wonder Woman. That was 70s. Where's Wonder Woman?
Chips. Chips isn't on the list in the 80s.
Love Chips.
Yeah, Chips should have been on that list.
That was the late 70s, early 80s, Chips.
Yeah. Who else? What else was going on the... Oh, Magnum. Yeah, did you say Magnum P.I.?
I said Magnum P.I.
Yeah, Magnum P.I. I'm trying to think of some of the other shows that were on there. On the TV in the 80s.
Baba Black Sheep. Welcome Back, Kotter.
Welcome Back, Kotter
was a great show.
Yeah, there's quite a few shows that are missing. I have all of them stretched out in the background there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's the list I got. I put in top. What I put in is top TV shows of the 80s, and this is the list I got.
Yeah, because you're missing a lot of good stuff, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff, but I think these were the hit TV shows over the dramas.
Well, no, because like I said, Magnum P.I. was probably one of the hottest shows ever, man.
Yeah.
The Red Ferrari? Come on, man.
Come on. The Red Ferrari?
Come on, man.
Oh, Miami Vice ain't even on that.
Miami Vice.
Yeah. Hill Street Blues.
Come on, John. Hill Street Blues. Hill Street Blues.
The two chicks. The two cops.
Cagney and Lacey.
Cagney and Lacey's is 80s, right? Yeah, Cagney and Lacey's. They're all coming back to me now. All these shows.
I think we lost our audience because no one's commenting anymore. What about Little House on the Prairie?
Yeah, Little House on the Prairie didn't make this. Like I said, this is the list that they gave me for MIB. I figured that was a legit site because that's what they're all about. Is TV and movies. So Perfect Strangers wasn't on there.
Perfect Strangers was 13.
Yeah, 13.
But like I said, I would have chose what did I say? Which comedy did I say I would choose over that one?
There's a couple of them. There was
a lot of great shows in the 80s.
Yeah, there's a
lot of great shows in the 70s too.
Yeah, for me, that was my era of television. It was the 80s because I was a teenager and I was still young enough to where I wasn't really taking off on Friday nights. And I think the TV and the network people kind of knew that Friday night was a bad night.
Right.
Because it seemed like everything was either ABC was doing and CBS, everybody was trying to hit that Thursday market. So all the great funny shows were on Thursdays.
Well, Friday night had the Thank God It's Friday because they had the Dinosaur Family one.
Yeah.
Where they're all dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Buck Rogers. Where's Buck Rogers? That was a good show.
Buck Rogers. That's how far
Bill
back
Gerard, Aaron Gray.
How far back do we got to go for that show, Bob?
Oh, Different Strokes wasn't on there. Where's Different Strokes?
Different Strokes. The Different Strokes was not on it.
What you talking about, Willis?
Hold on here. 80s. I'm going to do this. So this one, when I do this list, it's a whole different ball game here.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
See, I just put in like the top 20 shows of 1980, and it gave me dramas and comedies.
What I got now, this is the list that I got from for TV shows in 1980. Mm-hmm. Number 1, Dallas. Number 2, Dukes of Hazzard. Number 3, 60 Minutes.
Nah, well, that was a new show. Fuck that.
Number 4, MASH. 5, Love Boat. Yeah. Number 6, The Jeffersons. Number 7, I remember this show, Alice. That was such a good show.
Love Alice. Guess my list, Mel.
Number 8, House Calls. Do not remember House Calls for some reason. I don't either. That was on CBS. Number 9 was Three's Company. And number 10 was Little House on the Prairie.
Mm-hmm.
That was 1980. Just 1980, the year 1980. 1981, mm-hmm. Then it goes into a whole different thing.
Right.
Again, Dallas, 60 Minutes, The Jeffersons, Three's Company, Alice. So this is breaking it down per year on this list. Falcon Crest. I remember that show. I remember my parents watching Falcon
Crest. That was Lorenzo Lamas' first getting into acting because he was a young stud. But Falcon Crest was about the Napa wine country.
Yeah. So 1982, that's when MASH makes the list at number 3.
Yeah.
And that's when they do. And
I think that was MASH's last year, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's why they finally. And the A-Team makes 10 on that list. So yeah. Oh, there's Cagney and Lacey in 82 or 83. Mm-hmm. So they have Falcon Crest. Oh, Kate and Allison. Hotel. I do not remember Hotel. Bob, you remember Hotel on ABC?
No.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But I remember a show in the late 70s called Soap that they would only play at 11 o'clock at night.
Soap was so funny.
Dude. Soap was hilarious.
Fucking hilarious.
But they would only play it at 11 o'clock at night because of the adult content.
Yeah.
Because Billy Crystal played the first openly gay character on TV.
Yeah. Dude, I would laugh so hard watching Soap. It was just a hilarious show.
I had to sneak and stay up and wait till my dad went to sleep and go back into the front room and watch Soap.
Yeah. Yeah, that show, I do. You're right, because I do remember that show coming on late at night, really late at night. And I think that show used to come on just before Late All Night with what's her name? What is her name? Up All Night
with Up All Night.
Up All Night with it used to come. Yeah, Up All Night with Rhonda Shears.
Yes,
and that Soap used to come on before that, and then it would get.
Yeah, that's where Robert Guillaume made his first appearance.
Yeah,
because Benson was the butler on Soap.
Simon and Simon on CBS.
I love Simon and Simon.
Yeah. Murder, She Wrote. That didn't make the list.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah. Knott's Landing, Cagney and Lacey again on that list in 85. In 85, we had Cosby at number 1, Family Ties, Murder, She Wrote. 60 Minutes, just sticking it in there, right?
60 Minutes is still a top show. You know what I mean?
Miami Vice, and then Who's the Boss finishes it off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see if I see any shows that I don't. Moonlighting. Oh God,
I love it. Yeah, with Bruce Willis and
Bruce Willis.
Shepard.
Yeah,
but see, also back then too, you had Heart to Heart.
Heart to Heart
with Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers.
Yeah.
You had Remington Steele.
Yeah. Oh
with
God, that's
Stephanie
right. Remington Steele
and Pierce Brosnan. See, Remington Steele was an offshoot. Was NBC's version of Moonlighting.
Yeah. And then the 87 is the same list pretty much. Growing Pains is in that one. And then 88, I don't see Empty Nest. I kind of semi remember that.
Yeah, Roseanne. I think what happened was that was Richard Mulligan, and he had two daughters. One was divorced, and one hadn't been married yet.
Yeah. I remember now. What else?
Hey, we didn't say Happy Days in the 70s or Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, that shocked me that Laverne and Shirley and Happy Days didn't make that list in the 70s. That just shows you.
Yeah, because that spurred off Mork and Mindy too.
Yeah.
And Joni Loves Chachi.
You look at that list from the 70s, though. That's a pretty good list. You know, the Waltons, Mary Tyler Moore, the Brady Bunch, Carol Burnett, Dallas.
Well, There was a show in the late 60s called Love American Style.
Oh God, I remember Love American Style.
And Love Boat, I think Love Boat was copying that same format where they would have three different vignettes on the cruise. Where Love American Style every week there was 3 little 10-minute vignettes about Love American Style was awesome.
Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island.
The plane.
Blame lost the plane. Herbie Villagers.
I'm trying to see what else I don't remember.
Dude, they remade Fantasy Island with she's hot, but it's stupid.
Yeah. Let's see. Roseanne makes the list in 88. 60 Minutes still hanging in there. Who's the Boss is on it. Murder, She Wrote. Empty Nest and Anything But Love. I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either. I don't remember that one. And then it's Cosby, Roseanne, Cheers, Different World, NBC.
Different World was an offshoot of the Cosby Show. That's when Denise went to college.
That's right.
So they did a different show for Denise going to college.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was going to say Fantasy Island when Bob said it before I got back to the computer.
The plane.
We already said it. We said Love Boat and Fantasy Island because they were back to back.
Yep.
Yeah. American's Funniest Home Videos makes the list in 89.
Yep.
I
used to watch that show. That was always good for a laugh.
Yeah. And then again, The Wonder Years and ABC. And then at number 10.
Oh, the Wonder Years. Love the Wonder Years.
Yeah. And then at 1989, number 10. Can you guys guess what number 10 is?
Law and Order.
No. Monday Night Football on ABC. Is that what you think? That's when it really started to take off? 89 Monday Night Football?
I think that's when they started taking it globally, because before on ABC you had Don Meredith and Howard Cosell,
Dandy Don,
and Frank Gifford.
Yeah,
but I think 89 you had different personalities where it started taking off, and football in the 80s became more global than it did in the 70s.
Well, it was a big thing in Modesto because we used to go to the sports bars, my buddy and I, everybody night. So we go to Sidelines on McHenry, right? You remember Sidelines?
Yes,
I remember Sidelines.
By Mervin's was.
Yep.
And then we got banned from Sidelines and started going to the old Yellow House.
Okay, how the hell did you get banned from Sidelines, Bruce?
Long story.
I mean, you got to be pretty fucking
I didn't
drunk.
get banned per se. I got banned from my wife from going to Sidelines.
Okay.
We used to go out to Ripon to Old Town because they would feed you for free at halftime.
Yeah.
Except on steak night. Steak night was $5 and you got to cook your own steak.
See, so Sidelines always had a meal special, and they always had contests. So we had my ESPN Radio was there for Monday Night Football. We knew the DJ for ESPN Radio. So we always had games and contests. They'd have the tire up there, and you'd throw the Nerf football through the tire, and they had tons of waitresses and tons of ladies in there.
Yeah, there was.
and there was this one waitress, one of the waitresses that I knew named Sunshine. She since married the owner of Sidelines, but she would pop kids out. Like, you just have to look at her and she'd get pregnant, right? That was just kind of a running joke. But she was cute. So we knew her and stuff, and we've been going there for a while. And so I'm at the mall with my wife, bless her soul. And we run into Sunshine at the mall, right? So she sees me and she goes, "Hi, Bruce." I go, hey, Sunshine, how are you? And my wife's looking at me like, "Who's that?" And she goes, and before I could say it, she goes, "I was just at Victoria's Secret. You ought to see what I would buy. You want to, And then my wife was like,
that was the last time Bruce went to
You just been cut off for Sidelines. When the waitress wants to show you what she bought at Victoria's Secret, you're not going there anymore. Right? And of course, my buddy, best friend, my wife was best friends with his wife. So she called his wife, and we were both cut off from Sidelines.
Oh, man.
So we started going to the Big Yellow House. So
Big Yellow House. God, that brings back some memories.
Well, that place has changed hands.
Well, because back then it was called Dailey's.
Yeah, Dailey's.
Huh?
In the late 80s, it was called it was Big Yellow's House, and it was Dailey's. Then it turned into a Mexican place.
Yeah. So we were right at the cusp between the Bailey's and then became the Mexican place.
Yeah.
And then they were serving $1 hot dogs for Monday Night Football. And then you could get the chili dogs and stuff like that. So the food was cheap, and they had the entertainment. They had the big screen TVs. But, I got in trouble with that place too. So,
Marie Callender's would give free hot dogs for happy hour.
Yeah,
for the football game, Monday Night Football.
And then they changed the time slot for Monday Night Football, and it kind of just killed the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was the show, Alice.
Alice, yep.
Chad, we're going to ask you, Chad, what show do you remember sitting down as a child watching with your family? What was that one show that you guys all used to get together and sit down in front of the TV and watch? We'd love to hear yours.
So
I had one of those big screens.
89, you got what, the number 10, and we're stuck there?
Yeah, we've done the 90s, Bruce. Do you like that? Oh no, I'm sorry, the 80s. We're done the 80s. We did the 80s. Now we're going to the
90s.
90s. Let me get that. Oh, there it is. And we lined it up. Number 10. Did not watch this show. Didn't care for it. Did Chad answer the question? A Little House on the Prairie. That's the show that you guys all sat down together with.
That was a good show.
It's a great show, Chad. 1990s TV shows top 10 list. Number 10. I'm going to be surprised if we seen a handful of these shows. Okay. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, I used to watch that. I got into that show.
Bruce, what? I wonder. Okay, Bruce, was it because of the acting?
No, I like the little cheerleader girl.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah. Well, that and the other gal that played her sister.
Yeah, Willow. She was the girl in Band Camp.
Not Willow. No, not Willow. Willow was a redhead. There was another. There's another girl in there that had the longer
I couldn't
hair.
tell you. I don't know anybody on that show.
Played the little sister.
Right.
Yeah. I've never seen a single episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I saw quite.
I think it's on Netflix.
I saw it until the season ended, and then the vampire guy went on and became into a cop show. The guy that played the vampire guy.
Oh yeah. He ended up being on Bones. Yeah, that's what's his name from Bones.
His show was called Angel, and then he went on Bones.
Yeah. Angel and Bones. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Bones, I like too. That was pretty good.
Bones was a great show, and I'm shocked that it didn't make this fucking list, but there's some big names on this list. Of course, look, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I would watch that one.
At number 9, everyone's got a high to these guys. Beavis and Butthead.
Never got into Beavis and Butthead.
Well, 1990, Bruce, you already had your kid. You're all grown up.
And you weren't watching MTV, Bruce.
You weren't watching MTV.
No, not much.
Maybe just for the videos of the.
I watched VHS. It was a little bit better. They actually played music.
Yeah, VHS in the 90s was for the adult version of MTV.
Yeah, they actually played music. By then, MTV was just doing whatever.
Right.
That show, though, I mean, it made me laugh every time. I didn't have to be high, didn't have to be drunk to laugh. That show just made me laugh because every one of us growing up in the 80s had two buddies that were like that. Am I right, Bob? Everybody had a friend that were like those two guys. Everybody had one that always had a rock concert t-shirt on, was always cut up, was always just tweaking or just messed up.
I have grown all that crap in the 90s.
It's annoying. Come on, Chad. You telling me you didn't watch Beavis and Butthead? I know you did. I know you did. Number 8, a show I hate, and I don't like her. I never did like her. And my dad loved this show. My mom loved that show as well. She thought she was funny. Roseanne.
No.
I could tell by the expression on both of your faces that either one of you were not Roseanne fans.
I liked Roseanne. I thought John Goodman played a great character, and so did her sister. What was her sister's name? I thought it was a great show.
Yeah,
I love Roseanne.
I like her. I do like her. I like her on some other shows that she was on. She was always very funny.
Yeah, the national anthem, she turned me off, but yeah, I loved Roseanne.
I can't really say what the one thing was about that show that I just didn't like. I don't know. I never seem to get into that show, and I watch it now again too because it's on syndication, and I'll just kind of change the channel. Bruce, Roseanne Barr fan, and that show took her off, and John Goodman as well.
I like John Goodman, but I didn't really care for Roseanne.
He went on to do a lot of great things on.
He did a lot of movies.
Yeah, dude, he is the best in what movie, Bob?
Great Lebowski.
He is fucking hilarious in that movie. Number 7, honest to God, never seen a single episode. And I'm sure you guys probably like the show, but I just never seen a single episode of it. Northern Exposure.
I watched about half of a year on that because I had a thing for Janine Turner, but it wasn't a bad show. The only thing I liked was Janine Turner. So
yeah, that was just her. That's the only reason you watched it.
I don't think I ever watched this episode of that.
On Monsters Inc. He was funny in Monsters Inc. The list is made from, I'll tell you who made the list right now. We're doing the 90s. It is from IMDb. Oh, that's the 80s one. Hold on. That's the 80s one. Let me get you the 90s list. The Rolling Stone magazine. This is from Rolling Stone magazine's this list.
Give me a couple minutes here, but
yeah, go ahead.
Don't move past this. Talk about yourself because
I'll stay on Northern Exposure.
I want to talk about.
Yeah. The list, Chad, is from Rolling Stones, and it's a reader's poll, the 10 best TV shows of the 90s. If you want the link, I'll send you the link there, Chad, boy.
Well, I don't think I watched much TV tonight, but I never even saw Northern Exposure.
I don't remember seeing Northern Exposure. I don't think I've seen a single episode of that show. I don't remember. I can't even tell you who the characters were without having to Google.
I don't even know what was it about.
Here we go. We'll go to it and I'll read it off to you. Northern Exposure. A staple for television for decades. Just think about the Beverly Hillbillies, Southerners in Beverly Hills, on Green Acres, Beverly Hills residents in the South. So there wasn't anything all that original about Northern Exposure. Basic premise of a New York doctor who moves into a small town in Alaska. That's what the show's about. So yeah, I don't even remember. Well, again, the 90s, I was already kind of.
Yeah, I just don't. That one just doesn't ring any bells at all.
Yeah, I mean, I was already kind of working and doing my shit and not really paying much attention to TV. But yeah, that was. There are 4 good shows on it. You're not shitting. There are only 4 good shows on that list. We're gonna wait for Bob to get back and then we'll finish the list. But yeah, that 90s to me television. I mean, I needed to laugh in the 90s. So all my shows in the 90s weren't like, the cop shows. I wasn't into cop shows. I didn't like dramas. I wanted to laugh because I was busy working my ass off. I was in the truck all day. And when I got home and I wanted to sit down in front of TV, I wanted to laugh. I didn't want to have to think or try to figure out who killed who. I mean, how are you, Bruce?
Well, mine. I mean, I was doing a commute, so I go into bed early because I'd have to get up at 2:00 in the morning. To hit the road. So
yeah,
same here. If it came on after 8:00, I didn't see it. So
yeah, I get home at 6:30, 7 o'clock every night. I would eat dinner and go to bed because I had to get up at 3:30 in the morning, take a shower, be out of the house by 4:10.
Pretty much my life too. So I mean, I didn't catch a lot of evening TV by any means. So
yeah. and it's still that's still the 90s. It's still early. It's still kind of VCR times, right? I think the DVR came out, late 90s. I think when the AT&T had the or Dish Network had Dish Network, or no, it was actually TiVo was first, right?
No, I think I don't know who had it first.
Yeah, I think TiVo was first with the recording and the skip feature and all that.
I know if you had cable, I think at that point you could record on their box. I think.
Yeah, but I think John's right though. TiVo was first.
Yeah, TiVo was
first. Then they came out with the DVR.
Then the
DVR we had the DVR, or you had the built-in DVR that was through the cable network.
Yeah.
Where you could record off of their network to record a show. But I didn't do much of that. The wife probably did, but I don't think I was much into evening TV because like you, John, by the time I got home, it was, shit, shower, dinner, and go to bed,
Yeah,
so.
I was dead tired. I was I barely could keep my eyes open to finish my dinner. And, and for me at that time, it was just like, I got to go to bed right after I was done eating because, 3:00 came fast, man. And I had to.
I was up at 2:30. So,
I had to be out of the house.
The wife didn't get up. So I had to get up, take a shower, make breakfast, make my own lunch.
Yeah.
Right. And then load up and then drive to the gas station and leave the pump by 4.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was going to get to work by 7,
Yeah. Number 6, a show too that honest to God, I don't think I've seen a single episode of Twin Peaks. I don't think I've seen a single episode of Twin Peaks.
I saw a couple, and then if you only saw a couple and you missed one, you were lost.
Yeah. I didn't watch
one of those shows, If you missed an episode, you were completely lost.
Yeah, I mean, the 90s for all of us, for all three of us. Like I said, we were lucky to get one show in a week.
I know it was about them trying to solve some gal's murder.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And then that's about all I know of it. And then there's always had a twist in the plot and a turn and aliens involved or no aliens involved. And
there's a lot of shows in the 90s that are better than what this list is. And I'm just shocked because this is people's choice. I'm sorry, we got you riled up, Chad. I'm sorry, take it out on Bob. Bob.
I'm surprised he hasn't started taking shots yet.
We're going to go through the actual other list of the 90s that should have been on this list.
Hold on, let's finish this list out first.
Yeah. At number 5, my second all-time favorite show of all times, Frasier. I love Frasier.
That was funny.
Smart comedy.
That's the online shrink.
Here you go. Trivia question. Who is the only Cheers main character to never be on Frasier?
Did never be on Frasier?
Was never on Frasier. Who was one of the main characters from Cheers that never did an appearance on the Frasier show?
Coach.
Sam Malone.
Well, no, you can't count Coach because he was already No, Sam's been on the show. Christy Alley, she's the only one that never made an appearance on the Frasier show. Every single person on Cheers, other than dead Coach who died, but everyone else, the main characters, every single one of them has made an episode of Frasier. I thought that show was just hilarious. I think it was just well done, and I still watch Frasier at least. I'll watch it 2 or 3 times a week. I'll just go over there. There's a couple shows that I watch that I think are just really hilarious, and I have to watch over again. And number 4,
who was the other main character? Was his dad?
Yeah, and his brother.
And his brother,
yeah.
And the English healthcare worker wasn't. Oh God, Daphne. And number 4, we all seen this show. Every single one of us. Anyone that denies that they've never seen an episode of The Simpsons is lying to you, because everybody watched The Simpsons.
I love The Simpsons.
It's still on.
It's still
late
on.
at night, if I nod off on the couch and I wake up and the Simpsons are usually on. So.
It is the king of animated television right now. So I mean, it's still. I think they have the record, right? And as the show, the most episodes.
I don't know how they don't run out of stuff to write about. Man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Chad, are you happy with The Simpsons? Is the longest running show? Yeah, it is. Yeah. What? You lying? You lying? You got it. You probably have him on DVD, Chad. You liar.
We got a Simpson T-shirt.
He's probably got a Simpson T-shirt on right now. Another show that I really enjoyed and started watching again because I can. The X-Files.
X-Files.
That was good.
X-Files was a great show. Who was not in love with her? I was in love with her, but who wasn't in love with her?
No. Gillian Anderson? No.
Yeah.
She's all right.
You didn't like her?
No, she was all right.
You didn't like she was what was her name? Sully?
Scully.
I think I have to admit this. I think she was probably the first redhead I found attractive.
She was a pretty hot redhead.
Oh.
Scully and Mulder.
Yeah, my dad watched that show too, and he would get fed up with the storyline. Number 2, everybody's favorite show.
Friends, yeah.
Bob, would you like to sing the song to Friends?
No. But the Rembrandts are the one who sang it.
Yeah. The Rembrandts sang it. Is there any other song? Can you do the favorite song?
Hey, which girl was your favorite in the Friends there, John?
You're gonna laugh because it's not who you think it is. I was attracted to Phoebe.
Phoebe? The tall scattered blonde?
Yeah. Phoebe, I thought Phoebe, to me personally, I've had arguments and fights with Bob, my other buddy Bob, about this subject. And he picks Courtney, which is fine. That's
Courtney Cox.
Yeah. And I'm and every time I say Phoebe, it just drive him crazy. Like, why? I go, she's just funny. She was funny. I liked the way she looked, and she was tall, so it was a plus. But yeah, Phoebe for me was.
I know what number 1 is.
I kind of like Courtney as she kind of got a little older in the show, you know.
Yeah, see, Chad's with me. Chad, am I right? Phoebe was she was hot. She was hot. And she didn't have to try. I think that's the thing where she didn't, she wasn't trying.
She never dressed like overly sexy.
Right. Yeah. She didn't try to be hot on the show, and she didn't try to be anything other than herself.
I didn't care for her singing in the, the coffee shop.
Come on. You didn't like the cat song?
Smelly cat, smelly
cat.
What have they been feeding you?
Yeah. I do. I like on Facebook when they still show the outtakes and the bloopers.
At the gym? Oh, God.
Oh, Joey going commando?
I don't know. Bob was into that one.
No, I watched Friends. Friends was good.
Yeah. And then you're gonna laugh. The other person that I found it very attractive on that show for some damn reason, and I don't know to this day, and I'm gonna hate admitting this, but Chandler's girlfriend, that one chick with the crazy voice.
Oh. What was her walk-in line?
Oh God!
What was her favorite saying that got everybody is? Oh God, it's her.
Oh, Chandler.
No.
Yeah,
Chandler.
Okay, what's
my God.
Well, there was. Oh my God. Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah.
Oh my God, Chandler.
Yeah, with that New York.
It's that's what I think it is. I think it's just that New York accent that she had, and I found her extremely attractive as well. And to this, I'm telling you, we would have 20-minute fights, me and Bob, because I picked Phoebe, and he just looking at me like, Phoebe, what's wrong with you?
I could see the New York brunette as long as she didn't talk, but
Yeah.
You need a sandwich, Tony.
You need a sandwich bad.
Where's all our ladies tonight? There's no ladies on the show tonight. Huh?
I don't know. And number one, the greatest show of all time. I know Bob. I don't know if Bob's a fan. I think he's not a fan of this show. But Seinfeld. Seinfeld is number one. Do you agree with this list?
Seinfeld, it had its moments. Shrinkage.
I love that episode. Shrinking. And I love the puffy shirt too. The puffy shirt was good.
I was in the pool. I was in the pool.
Okay. So here's some of the shows they left off. All right, you ready? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's not on the list. Yeah.
Not on the list.
They're making a new version of that now.
Law and Order started in 1990. Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Chad, Third Rock from the Sun.
Home
Improvement. Home Improvement was a great show.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
The Wonder Years was a great show.
Yeah.
Then you got 90210.
Yeah, great show.
And
the
you
one
had
the one that followed that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. That was Melrose Place.
Melrose Place.
And then you had hold on, come on, stupid phone. South Park.
South Park. Yeah, but that wasn't South Park that wasn't sit down family time TV.
Yeah. All right, Party of Five.
Party of Five. Yeah, I could see how South Park doesn't make that list.
Okay, so one of my favorite shows, but it wasn't on mainstream TV.
Yeah.
But it debuted on HBO. What was it?
Oh, Sopranos, baby.
Sopranos.
I know. Sopranos aren't on this list, which is ridiculous because they tore that TV award show
on network television.
Yeah. And Sopranos should have been on that list. There's a lot of shows. Will and Grace. Well, let me go through
Martin.
Martin was funny. I'll go through the 1990s was Cheers, 60 Minutes, kicking ass, 60 Minutes. This is 1990s list. It goes Cheers, 60 Minutes, 1991, 60 Minutes, 1992, 60 Minutes, 1993. I'm trying to think was that during the Iran crisis, 91?
Yeah, I think 91 was the first Desert Storm.
Yeah, so that's probably why it kind of took over the network there. I think Seinfeld and another show that I kind of like that I watched a few episodes and some great stars come off of that show. But ER is on that list. There were some great stars on that. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? 1999. 1990. Cheers, 60 Minutes, Roseanne, A Different World, The Cosby Show, Murphy Brown. It wasn't on the list.
I didn't like Murphy Brown.
Yeah. Empty Nest, America's Funniest Home Videos, and Monday Night Football makes number 9 in the 90s, and Golden Girls. That was 90. And you're right. Here's 91. And that's when you see 91 is 60 Minutes is number 1. Roseanne, Murphy Brown, Cheers, Home Improvements on there. Designing Women. What was that?
Oh, Designing Women. That was they were from the South. They were fashion designers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I kind of remember that show. Oh, Full House, Murder, She Wrote, which wasn't on the list. It should have been on that list.
Bye,
Major
Chad.
Dad. Major Dad. Good night, Chad.
Major Dad was Gerald McRaney. That was a good show.
Yeah. Coach was number 10 on ABC. 92, you had 60 Minutes again. Roseanne, Home Improvement, Murphy Brown, Murder, She Wrote, Coach. Monday Night Football.
What's his name from Cheers, right?
Yeah, Monday Night Football making a climb to number 7. You can see we're going to see how football became number 1. CBS Sunday Night Movie, which is I remember those. Those were just kind of oddball. Cheers and Full House. 93, 60 Minutes again. Home Improvement, Seinfeld, Roseanne. I don't remember the show. I remember the name, but I don't remember the show. Grace Under Fire.
Oh, that's still on.
Grace Under Fire. She was. That's a good show. She was a comedian.
Yeah.
And in real life, she did 2 years of that show, Grace Under Fire, and then she got busted for doing drugs again.
Oh, I kind of remember that. You got Murphy Brown, again, CBS Sunday night movie. 94 is Seinfeld, ER, Home Improvement, Grace Under Fire, Monday Night Football, number 5. 60 Minutes dropping to 6. They're losing it. Oh, and NYPD Blues, man.
NYPD Blue, yeah, that was a good show.
Murder, She Wrote, Friends, Roseanne again. ER's number 1 in 95. Seinfeld, Friends, Caroline in the City. Kind of sort of remember that show.
Yeah, that was Leah Thompson. That was kind of like an offshoot of Sex in the City, but starring Leah Thompson.
What happened to the Tom Selleck series where he worked in Hawaii? What was the name of that one?
Oh, that was Magnum PI.
Magnum PI.
Yeah,
I never heard that mentioned at all.
Yeah.
No, we brought that up when we were talking about the 80s.
Oh, okay.
You might have been on a break from your away from your screen.
I don't remember Single Guy, NBC. You guys remember that show, Single Guy?
I never watched it, but that was Jonathan. He was Jonathan Silverman or something like that. It was a stupid show.
Yeah. Home Improvement again. Boston Common, NBC. I don't remember that show.
No.
I remember. I didn't watch it though.
Yeah, 60 Minutes dropping to 9. The war's almost over in 95, right?
Boston Common was a high school drama series again.
NYPD is number 10. And 96, it's ER again, Seinfeld. Suddenly Susan. I remember that show. I remember that show.
What happened to Grey's Anatomy?
It didn't make the cut, Bruce. Didn't make the cut.
Anything was on forever, Grey's Anatomy, man.
But that might have started like in 2000.
Yeah, it might be on that list. Suddenly Susan, number 3, Friends. The Naked Truth on NBC. You guys remember that show?
No.
Number 6 was Fired Up. You remember that one?
Nope.
Monday Night Football dropped to 7. Single Guy, Home Improvement, Touched by an Angel, CBS. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was Roma Downey, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Della Reese.
Yeah. And 97, it was Seinfeld, ER, Victoria's Closet. Don't remember that show.
Nope.
Friends at number 4, Monday Night Football back up to 4. Touched by an Angel, 60 Minutes making a push back to 7. Union Square on NBC. You guys, I don't remember Union Square. You guys remember Union Square?
No, I was out drinking in the 90s.
Yeah, 97. So I was out drinking. CBS.
I was still working.
Frasier was 10. And 98, ER, Friends, Frasier, Monday Night Football, number 4, Victoria's Closet. Jesse. You guys remember Jesse on NBC?
No.
I don't remember that show either. Touched by an Angel, CBS Sunday Night Movie, and Home Improvement. And the 99, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was number 1. ER, Friends, Monday Night Football is 4. Frasier was 5, 60 Minutes. The Practice. I remember that show.
Yeah.
Touched by an Angel at number 8. Number 9, Law and Order. And number 10, my mom's favorite all-time show, Everybody Loves Raymond. Everybody Loves Raymond.
I like that show.
Yeah, that was a good show. That was funny, only because it was about Italians. 2000, I don't know if any of us were watching fucking TV in 2000s. Were you watching TV in 2000s, Bob?
I was still working.
Could have been.
Could have been.
Let me get my list and I'll tell you if I was or not.
I hit the wrong thing here. Hold on, docs. With the 2000s, there's a couple shows that I remember pretty well. We'll start with number 10, Scrubs. Anybody watch Scrubs?
Love Scrubs.
Love Scrubs. I want to start watching it. I think I can find it. I think it's on a couple of the streaming services. So I'm gonna check that show. It's worth watching, Bob, right?
Yes.
Funny and serious drama. It's one of those comedy dramas or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's a comedy. It's a comedy.
It's a comedy, straight up comedy. Okay. Number 9, 6 Feet Under. Do not know any of those. I've never seen one episode of 6 Feet Under. You guys?
I didn't know.
Yeah. Friends, of course, we all watched. And you guys are going to laugh at this one. I've never seen a single episode of Lost.
Really?
I didn't either.
You didn't either,
I saw
Bob, huh?
a lot of them, but not all of them. But again, if you didn't see, you missed something, you got lost.
You got lost. Number 6, funny ass show, and I love it. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, you have to have HBO to watch that. So
I was not a Curb Your Enthusiasm kind of guy.
Oh, and then your show and our show, number 5, The Sopranos makes the list. The Sopranos makes the list. Number 4, 30 Rock. I love 30 Rock. I don't know if you guys are Tina Fey fans, but
I didn't watch it that much.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
You didn't watch you should watch it on Netflix. It's funny as hell. 30 Rock. Number 3 was The West Wing.
I watched The West Wing. It was all right.
Yeah,
a couple of them.
Number 2, one of my favorite shows as well, Arrested Development. I don't know if you guys ever watched Arrested Development.
I saw an episode. I thought it was stupid.
Oh, Bob, it's a great show, Bob.
No, Jeffrey Tambor. I was never a big Jeffrey Tambor fan.
Yeah, just try it again. Try it again. I think you'll like it. And number 1 was The Wire. I've never seen a single episode of The Wire.
Me neither. That was on Showtime, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of these. I think
guess they got off network TV also.
Yeah, I think about the 2000s network TV. Right. It was fighting shows like the Sopranos and Curb Your Enthusiasm and a couple other shows.
Here's where I was in the 2000s. Okay,
yeah.
Law and Order, JAG, NCIS.
Yeah,
JAG was good.
CSI.
Boy, I like the brunette and JAG. The JAG, the brunette and JAG with the short hair.
Catherine Bell, baby.
Oh, boy, she busted that uniform.
Colonel McKenzie, Sarah McKenzie.
She busted that uniform.
There was like 3 episodes where she was in a bikini, man. It was the real deal.
I don't know how she buttoned that uniform. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
I love that. That was great, Bruce.
Yeah, I love JAG. I loved NCIS came out. I was in the Law and Order, CSI Miami. I mean, those were my shows. Yeah.
I mean, too, in the 2000s, there was a lot of good shows that were on. And I'm not sure. I got to check it again because isn't Breaking Bad from 2000s?
I think so.
Isn't that before 2000?
Breaking Bad, yeah.
Breaking Bad and Sons of Anarchy. That's early 2000s.
Sons of Anarchy might have been 2010.
Yeah, it might have been 2010 because I was trying to think of the shows that came on in 2000. Because I honest to God, we're probably all the same. We all kind of stopped watching TV in the 2000s, and I think internet and all that other nonsense kind of took over. I can't find any. Oh, hold on here.
Well, in the from 2000 to 2005, I was in hotels a lot, traveling. Yeah. I was on the road.
Shows at 2000s. 20,000, John. 2000. Yeah, Survivor wasn't mentioned on this list.
I never got into that one.
Yeah, there's quite a few shows that weren't on there. Malcolm in the Middle. I don't know if you guys ever watched.
Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle was funny. I like that.
It was funny, but it was really hard to catch shows because with my work schedule and all that crap,
Yeah. You guys said CSI Miami. You guys said that one already. Bones was on. Yeah, Bones.
Still no Grey's Anatomy yet, huh?
Grey's should have been in the 2000s.
It should have been. Yeah, it should have been in there.
House was a great show.
Yeah, House was a great fucking show. Because I used to.
House was amazing.
Was it Bones and then House?
Were they back? They were on the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, they were back to back. I think. Yeah, I think they were back to back. God and the Devil and Bob. I don't remember that show. Trading Places.
No.
Trading Spaces. I'm sorry. I can barely see. Yeah, Girlfriends. I mean, yeah, there's no good. I can't. BattleBots.
Well, I watch BattleBots occasionally. Yeah, that's when people built like their robots and they'd fight each other.
Yeah. Sheena, Clifford. It's all cartoons. What happened in 2000? Did we just all get into cartoons or what?
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, if you start looking up all the TV shows from the 2000s, it's all.
Sheena wasn't a cartoon. That was the female Tarzan.
Yeah. So if you had to pick a decade, Bob, that had the best TV to offer Bob Sharp, which decade are you going with?
70s.
You going with the 70s, huh?
Yeah.
How about for you, Bruce?
I probably agree.
70s. Yeah, 70s for you too. Yeah. I have to go 80s. I think 80s to me, I think there's a lot of great shows that were on in the 80s that made me laugh. And again,
I missed the 80s. I was working.
Yeah, I was a teenager, so I needed to laugh and I needed to, but if I had to go through the list and just pick like what decade I figured I had the best time watching TV, it'd have to be the 80s. I can understand why you guys picked the 70s because, you're a family and you're still at home and you're still watching TV together.
No, more or less, but I was still
more or less. Yeah.
I was still under 18.
Yeah. Yeah. She could tell you, your mom could tell you to go to your room still.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, I did my own thing. So I paid room and board
the
time I was 15. So as long as I paid my rent and my mom knew whether I was going to be home for dinner or not, that was the only rules I had. So
if you had to, Mr. Bob Sharp had to pick his all-time favorite show. I know this is tough. You think too, Bruce?
I've got two.
All right.
Law and Order and NCIS, just because I've seen every episode at least 3 times.
You've seen them, and that's
I love Law and Order.
Yeah, you like the comedy drama series.
Yeah, but see now, if you were to ask me now, though, I'd say Blue Bloods because that's what I watch religiously every Friday night.
Every Friday night. How about you, Bruce? Your all-time favorite show?
I'd say Friends and Seinfeld, probably.
Yeah, I have to go with. It'd be tough. It'd be tough. It would be between. It's tough. I could go 1A, B, and C. So it has to be Seinfeld, has to be Cheers, and has to be Frasier. Those 3 shows my all-time top favorite shows. I could watch over and over and over. Here's MASH right there. MASH. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I watched MASH, but I never fell in love with it.
I thought it was funny. I really got a kick out of what's his name that was always trying to get kicked out.
Klinger.
Oh, Klinger.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain characters. I liked Klinger. I liked Radar.
What was that girl's name? They had that funky name for her.
Hot Lips.
Yeah, Hot Lips.
Hot Lips
Houlihan. But I didn't care for Alan Alda.
Really, Hawkeye Pierce?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
he was probably my least favorite character because he just got too drama and moody in most of the.
Does that still hold? I don't think it still holds the record, but it's still in the top 5, I think, for the most watched end series, right?
Yeah.
Finale?
MASH.
MASH.
The grand finale? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of
finale.
It's like one of the highest. I forget what it is. I should look that up. It would be top 10 list of top final. I don't know how I would say that.
Final episodes.
Episodes, yeah.
Well, it was they kind of left you hanging about whether it really ended or if he just thought it ended,
Oh wow. See, according to sources, the final episode of MASH, which aired February 28th, 1983, was the most watched series final ever, drawing 105.9 million viewers. So it is number one.
It.
Number one.
I watched it.
Wow. That's amazing that it still holds that record.
Because Alan Alda got out, but the other doctor didn't, right?
No, Alan Alda stayed till the end. It was Alan Alda, B.J. Honeycutt, Frank left the show. Frank Burns.
Yeah, Burns.
McLean Stevenson left, and so did Wayne. God, what was his name? He played Trapper John. Yeah. Wayne Rogers left.
But who was the last doctor killed flying out? Not I know the
McLean Stevenson got killed flying out, and he got replaced
but I thought one of the doctors
got replaced by Harry Morgan.
Yeah, but I thought one of the doctors got killed at the end of this show too, no?
No.
They all made it out?
They all made it out.
Let's see if I can find it.
And then who was the one they picked on all the time? Frank?
They picked on Frank, but then Frank left the show. He got replaced by David Ogden Steers, who was a doctor from Boston.
Yeah.
They started picking on him.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a crazy list. Yeah, it's a crazy list. MASH is number 1 with 105.9 million. Then it's Cheers at number at number 2 with it doesn't show 80 million. The Fugitive, 1967.
Never really watched
that. Yeah, they
had
a TV show called The Fugitive. Yeah, it was based on the movie.
Yeah. Seinfeld in 98 with 76.3 million. Friends in 2004.
Seinfeld was a show about nothing, though.
Yeah,
52 million people watch that. Magnum PI is on the list at number 6 with 50.7 million. The Cosby Show. The Cosby Show at 44.4 million. All in the Family in 79 with 40 million.
Yeah, but see, there was less people back then watching TV.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, but so if you could equate that to MASH,
today's numbers,
it's probably about the same. You get the same percentage of people.
Yeah. Family Ties is number 9 with 36 million. And Home Improvement, 1999 with 35.5 million.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty damn good list.
I love
Home Improvement, man.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list. Yeah, I mean, for him too, Home Improvement, for all that he went through to get to that point in his life.
Tim the Tool Man.
Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, that show was really funny. And every week,
who'd y'all on Home Improvement? Who'd you guys think was hotter?
Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson or Debbie Dunning?
Pamela Anderson.
I don't know, man. Debbie Dunning, man. She was.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. But you
she
can't take away
the replaced her.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Speaking of TV shows that weren't mentioned,
Baywatch.
Oh yeah, really. Knight Rider.
Knight Rider wasn't mentioned on there. Knight Rider wasn't. Yeah, Baywatch has to be the most recorded slow motion scene by every guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to watch the whole show. I just want the intro, and I want to record that and watch it over and over.
Baywatch isn't even on there, man. That's
I mean, Knight Rider had a big following too, though.
Knight Rider had a very big following, which is shocking. Dude, I'm still surprised
about the 18.
I mean, even I'm glad Bob brought it up because when I went and checked the other list, it was amazing to me because I thought everybody watched Dukes of Hazzard. Everybody's house that I went into. Yeah, that's why it shocked me that wasn't on that list. And I was like,
what's her name? Barbara Bach?
Barbara Bach.
Yeah. Well, she filled up.
Catherine Bach.
Catherine Bach.
Barbara Bach was the Russian spy in Octopussy and James Bond.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
Catherine filled out those Daisy Dukes. So
she is the reason. She was the
original Daisy Dukes. Oh
yeah. She is the reason I have
and then in the
fascination
movie it was,
with women's legs to this day. Honest to God, she is the reason I have a fascination with women's legs to this day.
Yeah,
those things those went forever, and she always had heels on,
Yeah.
And, that's like Linda Carter and Wonder Woman. She showed a lot of leg too in that little outfit she was wearing.
Yeah, but she's a little thicker up top.
Yeah.
You think? But she got a tiny little waist.
She had a tiny little waist.
Her waist was
tiny. Well, you know what? If you want to see more of Linda Carter, go back and watch a movie called Bobby Joe and the Outlaw. And you'll see all of Linda Carter.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're done. We're done. We did our list. I'm glad we got through it. I'm glad we got through it.
With a lot of shows missing on the list.
There's a lot of shows. I mean, and then, that list, I mean, I don't know who they fucking asked. What people did they ask? I mean, are they asking somebody who was born in 1990 what show was good in the 80s? Because that's what it seemed. Yeah. That's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah, I mean, Sanford and Son wasn't on the 70s list. Yeah. And Sanford and Son was one of the best shows of the 70s.
Yeah, that was freaking hilarious. Maybe it was just that it wasn't one of those shows that I mean, how many seasons is that? 5, I think, or 4?
Yeah, but you know what though? Everybody loves Sanford and Son.
Oh,
White people, black people. I mean,
yeah.
God, we all laughed, and he was making fun of everybody. We all laughed. We didn't care.
That was I think I told you guys this, but that was the only show my dad could watch when he was with his dementia. He never thought they were in the house or anybody, because any show he watched, he always assumed they were in the house. So he was always afraid. But for some reason, we would turn on Sanford and Son, and he would sit there and just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh, dude.
Well, probably pulled up memories from back in Philly,
Yeah. It was the only show he could watch. It was weird. It was very, very strange that was the show.
John, I need you to reach out to your friend Becky Leopard. This is 2 weeks in a row.
I don't know. Maybe she had a hot date. Maybe Becky had
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
we haven't seen Becky at all.
Huh? She had a hot date.
We haven't seen a lot of the girls. Deb was briefly on, but other than that, we haven't seen.
Laura wasn't on. Sarah wasn't on.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I was trying to think of the other show that was not on the list, and it's right here. And
yeah, we're kind of losing ladies. Maybe we need to shave or do something. I don't know what.
What was this show? What was the show that came on in the late 70s and 80s that was sports?
Wild World of Sports.
Was it the Wild World of Sports?
No. You're talking about. They had it was like an offshoot, but it came out. No, it was later 80s because it was like an offshoot of ESPN. It was called Sports Night.
Sports Night. But I remember Wild World of Sports. I remember watching that on TV.
They always showed the wipeout at the end. Was the guy wiping out on
the skis?
Yeah, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat.
The agony of defeat.
He was always falling off the ski jump.
Taking out the camera guy at the top.
Yeah, I know that was, and I don't know how big the Big Green Machine was, but I remember watching that show too. With that
was a baseball show, the Big Green Machine.
Yeah. What was the other guy, the other sportscaster guy? That was before ESPN that used to come on.
Well, Tim McCarver did a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But Jim McKay was the guy from Wide World of Sports.
Yeah, from Wide World of Sports.
Yeah,
but there used to be another.
During the summertime, every Saturday on Wide World of Sports, you would get a NASCAR race with Chris Economaki and
this is gonna bother.
Jim McKay, I think. Yeah, because my dad always watched Wide World of Sports sometime because he watched every race.
Yeah, the Big Green Machine, that wasn't baseball, was it? That was football and everything. It was a sports show.
No. You're talking about George Michael's Sports Machine.
The Sports Machine. There it is.
He did all the sports.
Yeah. That was the other one.
It was George Michael's Sports Machine.
Yeah, because that was all prior to ESPN. And I remember watching those shows as I got older, moving into more sports shows and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. We are done. We're out of here, guys. Anything else you guys want to throw out there?
No, where the hell's all our fans?
I don't know. If we're not talking sex, nobody watches. If we talk serious stuff, nobody watches. If we're talking sex, everybody's on the show. So I don't know. I don't know. We can't talk about sex all the time.
No, we can't talk about dating because we've been beating that horse to death.
Yeah, and to be honest, I am surprised that we've done this many shows. I'm surprised that we've done this many shows about sex and not have been banned from Facebook yet. So that's a plus for us. I don't know. Maybe we got away with it. So, all right, guys, we're done. Hey, Frankie, what's your favorite all-time show before you sign off? Your favorite all-time show? He's gonna. I know which one he's gonna say. So. It's going to be Seinfeld. So it's not NASCAR. All right, guys, we're out of here. Thanks again. And look, now everybody's coming in. We're out. We'll see everybody next week. Maybe the 70s show. The 70s show.
That was a good show.
That's the show. We didn't say that. That's what? That's 2000s, right?
Yeah, late 90s, 2000s. Yeah,
2000s. That show didn't even get mentioned. All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll see everybody next week. We'll bring sex back if that's what you guys want. We'll bring sex back.
Sexy back, yes.
And maybe Jennifer will do a show and tell with some toys.
There you go.
That should draw the crowd in. All right, guys.
Send me a reminder text for tomorrow, guys.
Okay, yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow.
5 o'clock. Tapped out.
5 o'clock. Bring your jug. All right, guys, we're out of here.
All right.